To be able to have patients walk out of your office and go, whoa, wow, that was an experience, that was amazing, that's the best doctor I've ever seen. That's gonna be our theme for all 12 hours here today.
I'm in practice for 22 years. After about 20 years, I was kind of losing my passion.
I kind of lost my mojo. I kind of lost my love for what I was doing.
We were a high volume practice, but we were in a rut, mainly dealing and fighting with the insurance companies.
And we kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and numbers were getting better and better and better, and we were helping more people. And then we just kind of hit this plateau.
What does win really mean to me? Whatever is necessary, whatever is needed.
Well, before I found out about DCOA, we were a high volume practice, but we were in a rut, mainly dealing and fighting with the insurance companies. Came across DCOA, came out, met Dr. Bard and Dr. Perry. They basically inspired me. They gave me my juice back, they gave me my energy back, and I haven't looked back since. Professionally, I'm more confident in what I do personally, and that leads to, benefiting financially as well. The event today was kind of spectacular. Nothing what I expected. They touch on the points of decompression. They touch on the points of legalities. They basically motivate you to want to do better, to know the facts, to know the research, and to make people better. If you're thinking about joining Disc Centers of America, you should have done it yesterday. You will be educated, you will be trained, you will be able to treat patients better. You'll never look back. People are nervous to join new groups, people are nervous to do new things, but when you get together with this group, you're surrounded by like-minded people, and it's one of the best decisions that I've made. Dr. Bard and Dr. Kaplan. I'll start with Dr. Kaplan. He's another Jersey boy like I am. He tells it to you straight. He's hard on you, but he has your best interests at hand. Dr. Bard is Dr. Bard. He's one of the nicest guys I ever met. I've never seen him on down spirits. He's very motivating.
Well, I first started doing some wellness in some big gyms like LA Fitness. That went okay. Then I turned into the PI world for about 12 to 15 years. As you know, that industry is very frustrating, and I kind of lost my mojo. I kind of lost my love for what I was doing. I decided to go on my own to make my own version of what chiropractic is, or it is to me. And then my wife actually found Disc Centers of America through social media, and she told me that I need to check this out. And of course, happy life, happy wife. I came to one of the events, and then it changed my life since then. The event today was great. We cried, we laughed. First we laughed a lot, we learned, and then we actually got emotional with some of the tributes that we paid to the ones that passed away. Overall, it was a great experience. I feel like I have to, take a moment to take it all in, because there was a lot of information. It touched on everything in science, in business, and legalities, and just overall how to be a better doctor. Well, at least for me, I finally found my mentor. I guess I was looking for a mentor for over almost 2 decades, and once I came here, I found them. They're very scientifically oriented. They have the research to back, all the tables and techniques that they use, and I think that being part of this group is just going to make you a better doctor. So if you are considering, you should hurry up and come to one of these events. I guess I'll start with Dr. Eric Kaplan. I mean, I guess he's like a tough grandfather, loving but tough love. I learned a lot from him, and he's very tough on just getting you on your path to success. Dr. Barr, very charismatic, very nice guy. It's always a pleasure to even just say hi to him, and I think they complement each other. I know they both look for my best interest, and I trust them. That's why I'm here.
So before I joined Disc Centers of America, I was probably in the same position a lot of doctors are, and that is the fact that insurance reimbursement just seems to keep on decreasing, and only that, it's the fact that you have to continually keep on sending notes in all the time in order to even get your payment. And I decided, you know what, I'm thinking about going to all cash, and at the same time trying to help the patient as best as I can. Disc Centers of America came across my website, came across the fact that I saw some email on it, so I decided to pursue that and ask some questions about that. Once I asked the questions about that, it seemed to be the right thing. I got a hold of Disc Centers of America. Dr. Bard called me. We had a conversation on the phone, and he said, Dr. Van Hamer, I would love to have you come down to a seminar that we have down there, free of charge on this. And I said, great, sounds awesome. So I came down to West Palm Beach, sat in on my first meeting with them, and found out honestly and truly that these folks really do have us at the forefront, and they truly are like a family. So my life has changed this way. So I came down to the meeting 5 weeks ago, said, hey, they gave us a ton of information. I decided to go forward, do the TV commercials, get the testimonials that they have for the office. In the meantime, when we got back home, they already had a 15-point list for us to go through. I've done 6 of those, but I'm still just a little bit hesitant about moving forward. A week and a half ago, a person calls me out of the clear blue sky 95 miles away from me and says, hey, I want to become a patient of yours. And I said, why are you calling me? I'm 95 miles away. And he says to me, I had a friend who had a great experience at Disc Centers of America. You're the closest to me. I want to come and see you. I said to him, I haven't finished my training yet. He goes, I don't care. I need to get out of pain. So this last Monday, which was 6 days ago, he came in, we went through the process, did the examination, took care of him for the day, and I said, listen, you need to go home. I'll see you back on Wednesday, because I'm really not sure myself at this point in time, what is this worth? I struggled for 48 hours. He came back on Wednesday. I thought to myself, Dr. Bard and Dr. Kaplan said, you have something in your hands that is invaluable. So for my first case, I quoted him a fee of $4,000. Put him on the decompression table, did some ultrasound afterwards. He came back in to be adjusted. He goes, so when do you want my card? So the clear blue sky, the brand of Disc Centers of America, end up putting, for my first time, a $4,000 payment. Number one, they have said over and over again to me, it's like a family, and I'm telling you, it's the truth. 2 people who got a Ring of Honor rings this evening have literally spent time with me this week and talking about what they do. You can ask them any question that you want and they will answer it. They all feel, from what I have seen so far, a feeling of wanting to give back, because they had the same thing happen to them once they got into Disc Centers of America, a feeling of giving back. So I think that this family is tremendous. I haven't gotten the opportunity yet to get on the Facebook page for Disc Centers of America, but I have a feeling that if I have a question about what's going on with the process of doing decompression, if I post a question, I have a feeling I'm gonna have 20 or 30 answers. That's why this is so exciting, because I feel like I'm not alone anymore. Okay, well, I will tell you, Dr. Bard and Dr. Kaplan are amazing. I didn't know them before 8 weeks ago. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what they did. But coming here and listening to even some of their stories were amazing. Dr. Bard is probably the preeminent communicator in chiropractic. When he says, hey, you need to do this and this is how you do that, okay? I'm like, okay. Dr. Kaplan is a man who knows studies, who knows chiropractic, who knows how to put that into your report of findings so people truly understand what they're getting. So the combination of the two of them, with Dr. Bard being an extremely communicator and Dr. Kaplan having the fact that he has all these studies that you can use to prove why decompression works, is an amazing combination.
So I'm in practice for 22 years, and after about 20 years, I was kind of losing my passion. Things weren't going as well as I wanted. We're just in COVID. My practice had taken a dive. All of the normal marketing avenues that I had been using started to dry up, and I was slowly fading, and I was losing my drive to practice. I wasn't having fun, and I was thinking, I don't know, I don't really want to be here. Maybe I should do something else. And then I bought a book online that by mistake, and my wife phoned me and said, just buy a book. I said, no, it was free, no. So I phoned, and it was Dr. Perry Barter answered, and he said these words. He said, would you let me help you? You sound like you're in trouble. I don't know, maybe it was just on my face. He invited me down to a seminar, and one of the things he said was, I want you to dress up. And I said, whoa, this is something different. This is something good. Now, last month I had one of my best months in practice over 20 years. And that's not by accident. That's by following the plan that they laid out. And you know, it takes work, but it's worth it. And I can't wait to get into the office now. I'm a better doctor. I'm treating serious cases again, and people are referring. We're having a great time in the office. The staff, one of them confessed to me yesterday she was ready to quit. She's been with me for a long time. I was horrified, but I understand it. She is so fired up now. She's giving me ideas, and doc, we need to do this, we need to do that. Practice has changed, life has changed, and it's joy now. It's joy. I can't, it's hard for me to express the roller coaster of emotion I went through today. I've been to a lot of seminars. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in most of them, but the content here has been a shocking surprise in a good way. There's legends of chiropractic that I've met today who I never thought I'd meet. They're professional. I've got a list of things that I need to do when I get back to my office, and they are so supportive and so inspirational that you just want to be here. You want to be around these people because they're the real deal. It's genuine. It's for love, and I feel part of that, and it's a remarkable thing. So I can't say enough good about it. If you get a chance to come next year to the certification, it's way more than that. You will not be disappointed. Well, you know, extremely giving. Yeah, Dr. Kaplan's jokes are very funny. I will say that. But behind that is a remarkable man, a guy who just is so passionate about helping doctors succeed, helping the profession, taking it to a whole different level, and getting us the respect that we deserved, not by anything other than merit. Placing power back into the chiropractor's hands. And Dr. Bard is a marketing genius. The guy is just so charismatic and friendly and wonderful. You just want to give the guy a hug. And they're tremendous people. And I think as coaches, they're coming from a very genuine and loving place. And it's rewarding, not just financially, but spiritually. And I say that with all respect, and I'm not exaggerating.
Before I joined Disc Centers of America, I mean, keep in mind that I opened up my clinic in June of 2022. I mean, I was fresh out of school. I did an associateship in St. Louis, and at that point in time, I had never really heard about decompression until I was introduced to decompression and how much it can impact a patient's life, from avoiding addictive opiates, risky injections, and unnecessary surgeries. And I was seeing massive success before joining Disc Centers of America. And we kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and numbers were getting better and better and better, and we were helping more people. And then we just kind of hit this plateau. And we hit this plateau 3 months in a row, not one, not two, 3 months in a row. And I was started to look outside of what I was currently doing to how can we get to that next level? And everybody's next level is a little bit different. So I was looking, how do I get to that next level? Maybe it's a coach, maybe it's marketing, maybe it's a group. And I wanted more clinical help because I was closing cases, I was generating revenue, but I wanted more clinical help. And I've co-authored a textbook myself on a technique that I use. And I wanted that same resource with decompression, all until I searched spinal decompression and learned about the textbook that Drs. Bard and Kaplan and obviously Dr. Norman Shealy used. And so then I started to read the textbook, and then I came down to the Chiro event. And then I came down to boot camp, and now I'm here down at my first national certification in spinal decompression in 2023. And so it was this chain reaction of becoming a better doctor. I had already understood the sales process. I was already closing cases. I was already hitting record numbers until I plateaued. But it was really the education on the research studies. It was really the infrastructure of how do we take this thing to the next level, how I found Disc Centers of America. The National Spinal Certification down here in Florida is second to none. I mean, I'm relatively young in the profession, but I've been to other seminars across the country. I've been to Los Angeles, I've been down to Dallas, I've been down to Atlanta, Georgia, I've been to Kansas City, I've been to St. Louis, I've been all over the place. And this is nothing like anything I've ever been to before. In fact, the whole time I was telling my staff, this is not a typical chiropractic event, because it's not. This is a spinal decompression certification. So this event has been really eye-opening to creating the wow experience in a seminar setting, but taking that, how do I create the wow in my private office? How do I take this back to my clinic in Indianapolis, Indiana, to create the wow to the point that just like walking in the ballroom and seeing the pageantry and seeing how beautiful everything looked, how do I replicate that in my own personal office? So if you are on the fence or want to learn more about spinal decompression, I highly recommend coming down to the National Spinal Certification in Decompression. Drs. Bard and Kaplan, I view them kind of as the Jekyll and Hyde. Dr. Bard can oftentimes be your hype man, and Dr. Kaplan is often the one that gives you a kick in the butt. And that's, as an athlete, I was a 3-sport athlete growing up, wrestled and played football at a high level. I need that person to give me a kick in the pants and say, hey, you got this. You got to have the confidence. You got to, you can do this. And Dr. Bard is more of the soft one, and Dr. Kaplan is more of the hard one. And so the personalities are different, and their expertise is different. And it's been really great to be able to bounce ideas off of them, because there's some things that I call Dr. Kaplan for, and there's other things I call Dr. Bard for. And I've never had access to somebody as much as I have access to them. And when they say, if you have a question, call me. If you have a question, text me. If you have a question, email me. that's the reality, and that's the truth of what they are, and what you see is what you get. And they do a great job of providing you valuable content, because they provided me with that valuable content. And they are on track to completely change my practice, completely change my life, and continue to offer high-level services to patients, figuring out how to, visits, fee structure, how to really customize the treatment based off what an MRI looks like, because we were trained in school to be chiropractors. We weren't trained in school to be business owners. We weren't trained in school to read an MRI. But through the experience with Disc Centers of America, they equip you and they give you the systems, they give you the infrastructure to really take your office to the next level, whatever that level is. Right? Everybody's got different. Maybe your metric is revenue. Maybe your metric is, I want to have 5 decompression tables. Maybe your metric is, I want to have 1 decompression table and be semi-retired. Whatever your goal is for you and your practice is their goal for you and your practice. But they're there to help make that better, make that process more efficient. So Dr. Bard and Dr. Kaplan are great allies on your team because they've been through it. I mean, together they've been doing chiropractic for over 80 years. They've been through it, they've seen it, they've done it, they've heard it, they've tried it. So it's great to have 80 years. I mean, chiropractic's been around for 125. 80 years combined, they have the experience. And that's something that you cannot buy.
I was very good at doing spinal decompression, but I couldn't put the whole program together where it was how to talk to people, how to charge, how to do it ethically, legally, and morally correct. And this was a one-stop shop to find everything from new equipment, new ideas, and new treatment protocols. And as far as I'm concerned, I've met a lot of people in practice management over my 25 years of being out of school, and bar none, these are the greatest guys ever. To me, these guys will go down in history as being the greats. We'll be dead and gone, and they'll talk about Kaplan and Bard as mentoring and helping doctors throughout the ages. And the people I've met here are just beyond. What are the chances of meeting this many doctors in one space that you have an opportunity to talk to that have a single-minded purpose of helping others? Every single time I come to one of these, I meet new people with new ideas, new motives, new desires, and equipment that if you didn't see it here, you wouldn't know that it was available or what opportunity you had or what it cost. You'd be like calling a phone number and dealing with the internet. Today I had severe pain with my knee, and I had severe pain in my hand from past athletic injuries from football in college, and then MMA fighting, and actually getting hit by a car. There was 2 pieces of equipment here that it's very expensive just to buy something randomly, but I had the opportunity to be treated on both of them today, and I was really excited about the results that I got. And that's some of the things that are provided here, that you can get a chance to meet the manufacturer, the owner, or the developer of these pieces of equipment, and then you know that your investment is solid. And I don't believe that any of them would be here unless they had the nod from Kaplan and Bard, who look out to protect us and do a great job. So 5 years ago, I started with, I had heard about spinal decompression certification at Parker College, and I responded to an ad. And I showed up in Dallas, and I had never met Dr. Bard, and I walked in the room and he said, "Hi." I said, "Hi." And I didn't even say my name, and Dr. Bard goes, "You're Dr. Joe Keeler from Indianapolis, Indiana, and like you have a practice, you have 3 tables, and you've been doing this for," he knew everything, like off the top of his head. And it wasn't like he knew I was coming. He didn't know like he was walking through the door. He never had seen me before in his life. And I was just so impressed that he remembered my name and everything that you could possibly remember about someone. And he was so sincere and passionate about what he did. And I would tell anyone that was thinking about doing it, this is a great group to be with. Now, I'll let you know at a later time if this is a good idea or not, but a guy called me about doing Disc Centers of America. He's 3 miles from my office, and they would not let him sign up unless I gave the seal of approval. And I said, if you guys think it's okay with me because I trust you. but that's how much I thought of it. I said, there's 2 guys that teach this, and if it was me, I would pick Kaplan and Bard because they're second to none. But I'm telling you, they have everything any way human being could possibly ask for to be a successful decompression practice, safely, legally, method, everything about it is on point.
So before I joined DCOA, I basically was doing decompression on myself. I had a couple other mentors, never really learned anything on it. I had this great equipment that I was excited about having to help my patients, but I had no idea what to do. Dr. Bard calls me up, says, come to Florida, come to talk to me, and we'll go over everything. So I came over to Florida, and that was a game changer for me. Signed up right away, had the tools to make myself better, a better doctor, and I continue to do that as I go through this. It's allowed me to now buy 2 more machines, and I actually need more machines after that. So that's how DCOA has basically changed my life. There's so many things that they give us. Dr. Bard talks about the golden nugget, that one little nugget that you get, but I get so many different nuggets from this. And one of them is just how you interact with the patient and stuff and what you tell them. Dr. Kaplan also, great stuff that he gave about, why they need what we have, and we are the doctors that can provide that. And being a Disc Center of America doctor, you hold yourself at a higher standard, and patients see that, and they want to have that same standard. They want somebody that is going to go in and help them. So that's what I get out of this, is all the nuggets of being able to talk to the patient, the research involved, just being that doctor that has the knowledge and not just the equipment to help people. They have changed my lifestyle and my practice and my personal life. 2 different people. Great mentors. They are in my list of mentors that I have. If people said, how did you get where you were? I would tell them Dr. Bard and Dr. Kaplan are probably up there at the very top. They're giving people. They really care about what you do. They want you to be successful. They want you to have that lifestyle. They want you to have that ability to be the disc doctor in your community, and they're going to show you how. And so that would be the reason why you would want to attend these, because it's a game changer. They're going to want you to be successful, and this is the path to success. And it's an easy path because, like they say, you just duplicate success, and that's how they present it.